Over on Now TV and Sky Atlantic, we have a new drama series called The Death of Bunny Munro. And here's a clip.
Dad, can you teach me how to be a salesman like you?
You've got to set yourself apart. You've got to have something they think they need.
What's that?
Hope. The dream. You've got to sell them the dream.
What's the dream?
Me.
Well, this is based by a novel by the multi-talented musician Nick Cave. And it stars Matt Smith. I mean, I was pretty much unaware of Matt Smith when he became Doctor Who. And a very good doctor he was. I shouldn't say became Doctor Who. He played the Doctor in Doctor Who. He was great in that, and he's been superb in everything he's done since, and he's excellent in this. So he plays Bunny. Yes, another deadbeat dad. He lives in Brighton. He's got a son and a partner, well, a wife, played by Sarah Green, his wife Libby. And he's just a Lothario. He cheats on his wife. He's just a really flaky character. We've all met people who are very darkly charismatic, but also totally unreliable. And he's one of them. Jumping off point, I don't think it's too much of a spoiler, but anyway, his wife kills herself, okay? And so he's left to look after Bunny Jr., the son. But they live in this flat, which is an absolute mess. And what he wants to do really is offload the kid on the grandparents. And anyway, social services come round, and there's all this drug paraphernalia. There's a naked woman there, like that. That's the morning after the wake, and which was a really sort of raucous affair. And so they leg it, and we're off on this road trip. And you've got Lindsay Duncan, plays his mother-in-law, who absolutely hates him. Robert Glenister plays his boss. And David Threlfall, wow, plays Bunny's father. And I think we don't see him in episode 1, but it's going to be really interesting to see, okay, what made Bunny the dreadful man he is. Matt Smith, he looks so cool in this, doesn't he? He looks really handsome and smooth. But yeah, he's just an absolutely dreadful character. And again, it is quite sad, really, a bit grim. But great performances, really good story, like the setting. Recommended. What did you think, Hannah?
Yeah, Matt Smith is just super cool, isn't he? I mean, just brings cool to everything he does. You know what? With this, it's the grief part of it that's really hard to watch, I think, because, as you say, his wife commits suicide. He's obviously not a particularly likeable character and is sort of behaving badly. And then, of course, there's a little boy thrown into the mix. And you know what I'm like when there's children involved. I struggle with that anyway. And, you know, the wake that we see is just so preposterous and awful. And, you know, social services come and he realises that he's one step away, if not there, where social services are going to take that child away. And of course, he goes on the run. And I can't help but feel that there was a part of him well, he doesn't want his son to go. That's the point. You know, if he did, then carry on behaving the way he does, and he doesn't want to be around looking after his kid. That's it. But there isn't that at all. You know, he's just making the wrong choices every corner, and is that fueled by grief? Is that fueled by the fact that he's not a particularly brilliantly nice person in the first place? You know, all of those things come to mind. But there's sort of this inner sadness because essentially he loves his son, but love is not enough in this case because he's not actually meeting his required needs on a day-to-day basis. So, and I think he plays the part really, really well because you find yourself lunging from one emotion to the other, which is, I want him to keep his son, but he can't keep his son because his son is in a terrible state and he needs a more, you know, consistency and continuity and food on a plate and not being surrounded by drugs. So I think it's really well done, and I think Matt's the perfect person to play this because he has that sort of that cool aura, and as I say, most people playing this part, you just instantly hate them, and I didn't have that feeling, you know.